Welcome back everyone to Ink Ink Scrap with Leanne Wagner. Wow, this is exciting. This year, yes, it's 2024, we are going to be joining in with the lovely Through the Seasons challenge developed by
Jeanette from the Girl Cave.
Yes, that's right. It's about the seasons, and there will be scrappers from all over the US and from Australia joining in. We'll be capturing the seasons as we scrap our way through our stash. For us Australians, that means starting off giving you a slice of summer. Today I'm diving right in. I've selected papers from my rainbow collection stash and embellishments and mixed media products that will have meaning for me, for my Australian summer. It's going to be different depending on where you live and how you live. So feast your eyes on what I've selected. A stunning collection of papers and embellishments. So when we're selecting papers for a season, we want to try and pull in and draw motifs and colours that work for your life, your photos that you're going to scrap. For me, our Australian summer is all about an abundance. There's an abundance of sunshine. There's an abundance of flowers and vegetables in the garden. There is times where we swim. There's an abundance of relaxation time. It's our big school holidays here, and we have like 5 weeks, or at least I do, 5 weeks of spending time with our family. So there's a lot of different things you have to think about. So to start off for me, what I've done is I thought about, well, the main thing is pulling everything out of the garden, living from our vegetable garden. My husband does an amazing job growing vegetables for us. So I chose this as my feature paper. It's pretty heavy, it's intense. We've got lots of packets of seeds all over it. So, and within that, there's all different images and there's all different colours. But I'm going to draw on those colours and those motifs and images that are within it. And I'm going to try and pull from those colours. That was my initial idea. That's what I've done. Now, I didn't want my kit just to be all about the garden. I wanted there to be opportunity for me to do other types of layouts within the kit as well. So I decided I was going to have 2 feature pages in each kit that I would draw from. So the first one I've pulled is from Craft Consortium. It clearly hits my mark when I want garden photos. It's a really good quality paper, and this is from their paper pad, and the collection is called Little Robin Redbreast. So you can't see any robins on this side, but on the other side there are robins throughout all the papers and embellishments. Very much in the garden collection. Second paper I pulled, I wanted something bolder and bright with stronger colours. And I've gone with Vicky Booten's Flora and Fauna stunning floral design, which was from her Fernwood collection. Beautiful strong colours, but it melds beautifully with this. We've got these soft apricots happening throughout it. We've got some of these softer reds and pinks. We've also got some yellows coming through here, and of course the greens all tie in. And there is even little hints of purples when there's radishes. Where are they? Turnips, radishes, which look like turnips to me. So those are my 2 pieces. And from these, I then drew my other papers. Some of them are from the Little Robin Redbreast collection, but a lot of them are just random pieces that I've just pulled out of my colour drawers. First one is this page. Next one is Vicky Booten's Flora and Fauna. Then this one plate is from the Little Robin Redbreast collection. So you've got those same apricots. There's some pinks, greys, there's some muted tones happening through here. Then I have this lovely green monotoned butterflies and moths. Very nice. Not sure where it's from. It does have what would you call it? It does have like a glossy shine on each of them, which is quite nice. Obviously I pulled it from a pad. I feel that it was an American Crafts pad, but I couldn't tell you who the designer was or what the collection was. Then we have another vegetable page, a garden vegetable page, which is from the Little Robin Redbreast. You can see this one's slightly stronger. Colours are darker than the first one. So, and you've got more purples and oranges happening, but I think we can make it work. It will work well with these stronger colours on this one also. Then something a little bit different, a very textured paper. Can you see the beautiful texture on this design? So this paper is actually one of those handmade Indian papers. You buy it in rolls or huge big A2 size sheets, A1 size sheets, and I actually just cut it into the 12 by 12. You can see there they've ruled and just cut along to make it a 12 by 12 size. Gorgeous green, still got a garden sort of feel to it. Lovely texture, quite ornate. Then I've got this one, budget paper, very thin. Sort of got that garden feel as well because we've got chook wire basically, or you could call it honeycomb happening. It's a strange yellow. It's not really, it's a yellowy green. It's not, it's very different to our strong yellows here, but I think it will fit okay. If we put it against this one, it works really well. At least I feel it does. So a nice paper for matting and filling space on our page. Then I have another one. Now this, surprisingly, and I don't really know why, is a travel paper. You can see at the top there it says Travel Adventures. Also from a paper pad. Not sure whose this one was either, but the only reason I could think it's got apples is for New York, the Big Apple, maybe, if you're going to New York. I'm just using it because of the red in here. I've got some reds in my feature ones. Not quite the same red. This is much darker, but I think it will be okay. It fits better with this one. We've got some darker reds in this page. Then I've got another of the cheapie, out of the cheapie pad. A nice dark evergreen with a diagonal thin pinstripe. Then this one is more gardens. Can you see I've got a theme happening here? Now for you, you may want to be selecting more water-based papers, nautical papers, beach papers. If you spend a big part of your summertime at the beach, I'd be looking at that. For me, our Australian summer is very much about gardening, barbecuing with friends, maybe a kangaroo or two, because we live on a rural property. So a lifestyle and what our daily lives are is dictating my papers. Another one of the cheapies, good for a filler, just a red circular pattern. And this one is also out of that paper pad. Another filler one, more red. Well, we've got this sort of nice pattern that almost, for me, reminds me of trellises in the garden. I chose this, which is quite a thick cardstock and is a bit tropical, really. thought it was quite versatile and would do the job. And then I've pulled some coloured cardstock. Now, when I pulled this, I just thought, oh my gosh, it is very Christmassy. It is quite Christmassy. I've got a couple of reds, some, what would you call that, beige, very lightish golden yellow, some grass green, some emerald green, and a more muted green. Those are the main colours that are in my feature pages. And let me pull that again. I've got this one and this one. So you can see, I might turn it over, you can see that those colours will work with either of those papers. I didn't draw on this tealy colour because I didn't feel there was enough teal in this page. There is sort of a jadey teal in here, but it's very muted and light. And it's summer, so I wanted things a bit brighter because this is quite muted. Several of my papers are more muted. Even this green with the butterflies. The plaid is muted. So I wanted to draw some brightness in, and by choosing some coloured cardstock, which I know is not very popular at the moment to use, it just can give me those little mats of brightness when I do my layouts. Now, when I bought the Craft Consortium pad, I also bought a pack of the chipboard die cuts, and this is just part of that. The actual album has embellishments that you can cut out as well, so front and back covers. So there's lots of little things that you can fussy cut out. There's some packets of seeds. Here's one of our lovely robins. Oh, more robins. Some garden tools, seasonal photos, not photos, paintings, images. Oh, you can see that's the other side of the cover of the collection. Vegetables, pots, cute little rabbit. So I've got those, and then I was going to pull in just a few other things. Found this Enjoy Life, and then some foliage, some ribbon, a clock. Now, where did I put it? Oh, yeah, Paper Rose collection is where these bits are from. They do these embossed die cuts, which is what that is, which you can, of course, cut out. So remember, we're trying to use up our stash, so I'm pulling things from all over the place. The Craft Consortium Robin collection I bought last year. I didn't use any of it, so that's why I'm trying to work it into what I'm using this year. Then I also pulled in these. So some little calendars. They were in the pad with the apples. Now I've pulled some stamps as well, so let's have a look at those. Here they are. Okay, so first one is this Maggie Home stamps, which I picked up really cheap, $3 in Spotlight. It is from the Woodland and Grove collection. I thought it's got a nice mix of flowers and fruit. We've got You Are Sunshine, so it's sort of perfect for a summer feel. And it's got some little quotes, hello, and this beautiful life. Isn't that sweet? So I'll be using those. I've also got this one, which doesn't really have a brand, unless Mood Tape. Oh, Mood Tape must be the brand, but it doesn't really have a name or anything. I picked it up on Etsy. They're really great foliage stamps, really useful for this type of thing. Then I have got a Craft Consortium set of stamps that I'm going to be using, which is from a different collection called Gardener's Delight. Gorgeous little rubber boots, watering can, gloves, chicken, and a beetroot and a goose. Not sure that I'll be using the goose, but they're quite lovely. And I thought I need some big flowers as well. So I've chosen this Studio Light set, which does have some quite huge, big daisy type flowers in there that I can fussy cut out. Then I went with some dies to cut some titles and other pieces that will add texture to my layout. Surprisingly, all the ones I pulled are uniquely creative ones. So the first one is this text which says delight in 2 different sizes. Now, the word delight to me is just what summer's about. We delight in the weather, the sunshine, the time with family, being outdoors and doing things in the environment. So I thought that would be really perfect. Then I chose this foliage one, which I haven't used before, which is called Serendipity Foliage. Really useful for making clusters. Then the other one I chose was this trellis die, which I thought worked fabulously with this paper. Can you see what I mean? So we've got the same sort of pattern in this that we have in the paper, so that would be really useful, and tie some things in, some elements in. And then the other one, which is also great for tucking in behind your photos and your mats, is this island texture die. Very nice. So then the other thing, I mean, it's me, there's got to be some mixed media happening. So I have pulled 2 stencils, this enormous one and this wee one. So this big one I bought in 2023 with my birthday voucher. It's called Sinuous Vines, which is why I love it, because it's designed so you could actually use it on a wall if you wanted, and you can continue the pattern. So you just stencil it once and then move it up. It is already a 9 by 12, so we won't need to do that on a scrapbook page, but there's so much potential in this. It's interesting. Then this little one I bought probably about 6 weeks ago. It was just before I got COVID again. And I don't know, I was not having a good time, and I treated myself to a couple of little stencils and bits and bobs that I needed. So this was one of the things. I was surprised, and clearly I did not read it properly, because I was expecting it to be a 12 by 12 size, or at least an 8 by 8 size, but no, it's a tiny little, what is it, 6 by 6? Yes, 6 by 6. So quite small, but quite useful for what we're working on.